Hello everyone, Peter J. Cruz here. I want to talk to you today, talking some more about traffic generation. And thought today we talk about social media. Social media is, you've seen it, you've used it, you know it. Stuff like Facebook, MySpace, Twitter, probably the three biggest. LinkedIn is another one. I won't get into YouTube because I'm going to use YouTube as a video marketing, which is what it mainly is. So I'll get into that one on a specific topic. But just in a nutshell today, just social media with Twitter, Facebook, and so on. Basically, you're at a party. That's the way I picture it. You're at a party and or a convention. If you've ever been to like a big business convention of some sort, you got all kinds of people there, especially like these old-time MLM type people who've been in MLM and they've gone to like the company event or the company convention every year or whatever. You go there and it's like a big party. People are just having fun, talking, cheering, chumming up with everyone. That's how you need to look at social media. And as you start approaching social media in that way and being friends to people and talking to them and taking concern with what they're doing, people will see you care. They'll take notice of that, okay? And as you start doing your thing and your promotion, people will take interest in what you're doing as well. You start creating a following, so to speak, for being genuine. You don't want to just blow people off or just whatever. So you just get on there, and like for example with Facebook, you join someone's group and you participate. You make valuable posts on their if they have a Facebook group or whatever. You put a post up on their wall or whatever. You don't sit there and you don't vomit your opportunity up there or your web page or whatever. You say, hey, I just finished reading this book and I think it's really relevant and you guys might want to check it out. Then you put a link on there if they want to go buy it from Amazon or Barnes and Noble or whatever. And you participate. You just add value, And as you start doing this, people will start noticing that when you add value and that you have concern, you don't have some sort of ulterior motive, okay? Another thing they're going to start noticing is, hey, this person knows what they're talking about. This person's a leader. They're sharing without want. They've got this great mentality about them. I need to find out more about them. And as they start digging into about you, they're going to start noticing, oh, you're in this business opportunity, or you're in this, or you're in that marketing system, or whatever. And next thing you know, they're going to start asking you questions. Hey, I've been having a problem with getting my landing page off the ground, or whatever. Maybe you can help me out, or whatever. Next thing you know, you've got them running through a boot camp or whatever that you've got set up, and next thing you know, they're in your downline. So that's how you can kind of look at creating a following with social media. With Twitter, and that was mainly with Facebook. Facebook, you can do that with LinkedIn to a degree, and MySpace and so forth. Twitter's a little bit more, it's like a mini blogging type of platform. And basically, you go out there and you just share stuff, with people. As you look through Twitter, you see people that are offering, something of interest or value, whatever. You're like, what, that person looks interesting, So what you might do is you might click on their section or their post on Twitter, check it out, and if it's something that you find of relevance and what they talk about in general is relevant to you, follow them. You click on follow this person or whatever. And as you start following people, okay, you'll notice a lot of them will just follow you back out of courtesy, which is fine. It's like going meeting somebody at a party and talking to them. It's like, hey, Peter Cruz, nice to meet you. Hey, my name is John Smith, nice to meet you too, whatever. So what do you do? And next thing you know, you start talking back and forth. So basically, you doing this following business is, well, you're interested in what they're doing, so you're kind of reaching out to them, saying, hey, my name is Peter Cruz. Nice to meet you. I'm interested in what you do. So what do you do for a living, or whatever, And then out of courtesy, they'll shake your hand back and say, oh yeah, I'm in blah blah blah, whatever. And so what do you do? So you start a rapport. So basically, as you start doing this, and you start building a following, people will follow you. You follow them. But I would do it out of courtesy. I wouldn't necessarily just do it. I wouldn't do it blindly. Okay. You see a lot of these viral tools for Twitter and stuff, and I really have to question the value of them because what's the point of having 10, 15, 20,000 followers on Twitter who don't give a rat's behind about what you're doing? If they're just there to follow you just because of some viral program or whatever that just blindly follows, like, the next 5,000 people that post up on Twitter. I mean, there's no value there at all. I mean, yeah, it's got bragging rights. Okay, I got 10,000 followers, big deal. But I mean, the value in Twitter is having people that are interested in you and you being interested in what they do, and being able to just send out a tweet real quick that people will find interesting. Say, hey, you know what? That's awesome. That's great. Let me go to his webpage or whatever. You could say, hey, I just posted a blog. I mean, actually, I've got it linked up with my blog, for example. I've got a tool in there, and I think, a plugin in WordPress, and I forget what it's called, Twitter Tools or something or other. I'll have to go look it up. But anyway, whenever I go and post up a blog up on my homepage, peterjcruz.com, whenever I go ahead and post up a blog, I click this little checkbox at the bottom of the screen. It just says, tweet this post or whatever. And when I hit publish on WordPress, it automatically will send out, it publishes my blog, but then it sends out a tweet for me through my Twitter account that to everyone that's following me and anyone who isn't following me, say, hey, I just updated my blog. This is the title. Here's the link. So maybe someone who wasn't following me just happens to go by and say, oh, he's talking about autoresponders. Oh, cool. Let me click on the link and find out what's going on. He clicks on the link, reads my blog, and says, hey, this guy's got value. This is great. Next thing you know, he's following me on Twitter, and next thing you know, he's following me on my blog. Subscribes, does the RSS feed, or whatever. So you can see Twitter definitely has a lot of potential value there as well, just in how you use it. I look at Twitter as more of like an introductory type, hi, nice to meet you type of thing, where Facebook gets a little bit more personal. You interact a little bit more deeply with people. And you can say the same thing for MySpace. People might argue for MySpace is still for teenage girls and that sort of thing, posting half-naked pictures up or whatever. I don't really go on the MySpace that much, really. I mean, I'm setting up a new page in it right now, actually, and putting some videos up and that sort of thing. And I just look at it as more of an extension of Facebook, just another avenue, slightly different market segment. And that's how I'm going to treat it. I mean, I guess you could say it's an experiment in progress, so we'll see how it pans out. But anyway, that's all I had for today's discussion. I'll have more coming up in this traffic generation series. And in the minutes or days or weeks to come. So stay tuned, and I will talk to you soon. Peter Cruz signing out.